last video, we made it to the top of the Transfagarasan road. It was a bit of a zoo, and we didn't want to do the pay parking lot, so Kathy went off to see what she could find. More stickers. After a short break, we continue north down the other side of the mountain.
What'd you think? You like the rear view? As we came out of the mountains, we ran into some gridlock, lots of construction, and a giant traffic jam. It was an extremely hot day, and one can only sit on a hot Moto Guzzi for so long before you start getting creative. After quite a long time of this traffic jockeying, some motorcyclists came up behind us. Several of them were riding Moto Guzzis. They went around us, and we slipped in behind them. rode with these guys for quite some time until we got past the traffic and stopped at this gas station. They were from the Czech Republic and were coming from their own trip from the Transfagarasan. "Where are you guys going?" Well, they weren't sure, but they were pretty sure it was going to involve a campground, so we tagged along. A friend of theirs had recommended a campsite about 80 kilometers away, and so that's where we headed. Oh, yeah. It was over 90 degrees today. This is really good.
Ano. Usmívejte se, budete v záběru na kanále.
Jeez. After dinner, we hung out with the Czech boys and drank beer and told stories. They told us about the Moto Guzzi Bohemia rally that was going on in 3 weeks' time. We weren't sure if we were going to make it, but we'd try. It'd be cool to meet up with these guys again. The next thing you know, it's time to leave, and we head off for Hungary. This is our last day in Romania. But of course the Zumo had some other ideas. It didn't really know where we were or how to get there. We had a lot of miles to cover today, and this little hard scrabble road wasn't going to do it.
Today's travels took us west to the Tisza River, where we traveled north along the Hungarian border. We found ourselves in the city of Satu Mare, very near the Ukrainian border. It was another incredibly hot day, so we found this hotel where we did some laundry, hung up our damp tent, and got some much needed rest in anticipation of our Hungarian border crossing in the morning. The next morning, we take a short stretch up the freeway, where we plan on crossing the Hungarian border. As I'm editing this video, I see one of our first mistakes. As we're crossing the Romanian border, we're in the EU lane. Notice the non-EU lane is on the right. Well, the Romanians didn't seem to mind. Well, as we approach the Hungarian border, we're in the same lane. We're just following these Polish adventure riders. The Schengen Agreement is an agreement between 32 European countries. Romania is not part of this group, and nor is the United States, so we should be in the other lane. We're going to be here for a while, checking into Hungary. Some interesting vehicles being transported across the border. After about an hour, it was our turn. And after finding the one border guard that spoke English, he told us we were in the wrong lane and that we would have to go back to the end of the line. We refused and just drove up front here and waited for the appropriate person to come and check us out. They were quite busy and pretty frustrated, so they just stamped us right out with no questions. Welcome to Hungary. One major difference between Romania and Hungary is that the road surface is much worse. We continue north following the Zumo to Zone, where we're going to cross the border with Slovakia. At this point, we start noticing some interesting details. All the road signs are pointing towards the Ukraine and have town names that are a little bit Russian sounding. The route that we're traveling on is going to bring us to the Ukraine border. It's time to pull over and figure this out. The green card insurance that we purchased through Germany does not cover us for traveling into the Ukraine. And while it's just a short little jump from one border crossing to the next, we decide to turn around. Slovakia has a completely different character than Hungary. We find it much more serene and peaceful.
Poland, our 15th country and first run-in with the authorities. Sadly, this won't be our last run-in with the Policja. Tune in next time to see if we can get out of Poland. We really appreciate everyone who's been following along. If you enjoy these videos, like, subscribe, and share, and do all those things that make YouTube work. Thanks for watching.